My name is Paule Rizo. I am the head of the Geographical Indication and Industrial Design Law section in the Law and Legislative Advice division of WIPO, in the grants sector of WIPO, the World Intellectual Property Organization. Talk about three main activities relating to geographical indications at WIPO. The first one is to raise awareness about geographical indications as intellectual property rights. Second aspect of the work, the administration of two international registration systems. The first is the Lisbon system for the protection of appellations of origin and the international registration of appellations of origin. And the second is the Madrid system for the international registration of marks, including collective and certification marks, through which GIs can also be protected. The third aspect of the work at WIPO is providing legislative advice to member states who want to draft new legislation on geographical indications or to revise their existing legislation. We have received recently requests for legislative advice from some ACP countries, for example, from Barbados, just to mention some. Yes, I think if we take a look at successful GIs, and there are a few, not only in developed countries, but also in developing countries, and also in ACP countries. There are some recurrent elements that can come to our mind. The first one, I think, is the willingness of producers, and this is very important. Additional support is, of course, very important, but as a term indicates, it's only a support to producers. So that means that there must be, for a successful GI, there must be already some kind of organization of producers and a willingness to work together towards that aim. A second factor could be looking at a GI scheme as a holistic scheme, comprehensive business scheme, including working on the quality of the product, of course, on control, on distribution, on marketing, and on protection of the GI. But the protection of the GI as an IP right is just one element of the whole scheme. And a third factor of success, I think, is patience, because developing a GI scheme is a very long process. So if we take one example, Café de Colombia, strategy based on origin started about 50 years ago. And it began with very strong marketing campaigns. It began by protecting also the brand through certification of collective marks. And it has taken 50 years to develop to what it is today. Is also precisely the organization of producers, because we all know that working together is not an easy task, and producers often have divergent interests, and it is difficult to put together all those interests. Also a challenge to ensure a fair distribution of benefits among all stakeholders. Another challenge are the costs, because involving a GI scheme, of course, involves costs. For example, enforcing IP rights, that involves costs, marketing involves cost, controls involve cost.